People always like, why are you single? Why you don't have a boyfriend? Like, why, da, 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 da. But they don't realize it's so easy to have a boyfriend. But the kind of boyfriend that I want, baby, I don't think they want me. And the ones that want me, I don't want them at all. So I'm just at this in-between stage where I'm just minding my business, and everybody's minding everybody's business. No, everybody's minding their own business. I hope so. So yeah, at this point, I just have to, focus on myself and, continue to just be the baddie that is just single, and everyone wonders why she's single. But trust me, the day that I get that man that I've been waiting for, the day the one that God has promised to me, that Odogu, definitely wouldn't post him. But it will be evident that this babe is getting treated well. I'm not the kind of person to settle because when this life is short, I'll find somebody else. So if I settle down with somebody, trust me, they're the one and not the two.
If you are single in your 30s and come from an Asian background and family, I feel like you'll be able to relate to this. So this person said, do you feel pressure from your parents to start a family? And the answer is yes. I definitely feel pressure from them, especially about like finding a partner and starting a family. And I feel like it's difficult because like those are things that I want on my own. Like I don't need the pressure, like because I've always dated to try to find a relationship. Like having a partner and family is definitely something that like I want. It's not really working out for me. I feel like dating's been very frustrating. I have this whole dating series if you guys want to check it out. It is hard to get to a point of peace when you may feel a little bit at peace like with yourself, but then you hear in your ear people reminding you that you need to find a partner. I'm not going to go a lot into the details, but I will leave you guys with this one piece of advice. Like, before I see my parents, I just go ahead and anticipate that this topic is going to come up. Like, are you dating? Are you seeing anybody? You need to find somebody. You're not getting any younger. It can be a very triggering topic for me, or just like the way that we talk about it. And so what I do now before I see them is I just mentally prepare. Like I just have a little moment with myself where I just tell myself like, this has typically comes up, so it's probably going to come up again. And when it comes up, like I'm not going to act irrationally. I'm just going to kind of try to brush it off, because modern dating is not something that our Asian parents can understand, because they haven't had to go through it in the way that we all do today with, everyone having endless options and the apps and just like the mentality of people in this generation. It's like, it's not something that our parents or the older generations have experienced, so we shouldn't expect them to understand what we're going through. But basically, I just have that little conversation with myself to center myself, to get in the right mindset, so that when these topics come up, then I've already planned how I'm going to react. If you can, like if your parents are respectful of boundaries, like tell them that this is not a topic you want to talk about with them, or like that it makes you feel down, stuff like that, and like if your parents are respectful of the boundaries, like that's another good way too, to just like get rid of some of the pressure that comes from them.
If you're single right now, you might not totally agree with this, but I sort of believe I've mastered the perfect balance of my little single life. I'm always having fun, I'm never feeling desperate, and I'm never looking for love. I've been single for almost a year now, and I've been dating around. I've had situationships, but nothing serious. I feel like when you have been in relationships before and you get to the point of like being single a certain amount of time, that's when the comparisons start, and you start to not enjoy the beauty that is being single. First, let me give it to you straight. The biggest reason I love being single is because I only would let someone join my life if they added to it, and no one I've met has done that yet. When it actually comes to settling down, I have very high standards. Every time I'm hurt, even if it's a situationship, I try to take my time to reheal. But a more fun reason as to why I'm never mad at myself for being single, I have a good equal balance between phases of my singleness that I am not talking to anyone, I am celibate as can be, like even the DMs are dry. And then I have phases where I am creating my own personal season of The Bachelorette. During Yacht Week, I had no type. As my friend noted, I was just gaining passport stamps with the people I was flirting with. I'm not stopping there, because I got this DM to go to the members only mixer and was like, sure. And of course, when I'm in these really flirty phases, I need to be more careful about who I give my energy to. But usually I'm very aware that I'm having fun for me and learning what I like. When I need a healing journey that's completely just dedicated to me, I can snap back into it. Flip-flopping between the two for me and my personality just really allows me to not take being single so seriously. And I know the right person's gonna come when they're meant to, so I might as well just have fun with it. Or go in a hole and not talk to anyone, whatever is needed.
I am 30 years old and I have been single for over 12 years, so never had a real adult relationship. And I wanted to talk about something that might ring true for some people that are in the same position as me, that is from time to time feeling a bit lonely. And it's like one of those real shameful and embarrassing things to admit, I feel like, when someone asks if you're lonely. It's not something you want to admit to, because you want people to believe that you're happy and you're not worried about that sort of ever looming possibility of being on your own forever, you know. And I know it's 30 is still really young, I know that, but when everyone around you is getting married, having babies, getting engaged, you know, moving in with partners and stuff, it can feel a bit overwhelming. And to be honest, most of the time I'm pretty good. Like, I don't sit on the feeling too much. It's only when it comes around the weekend, and luckily I have friends that their life isn't kind of revolving around their partners and their relationships. They actually want to do stuff with their friends. Luckily I have friends like that, so I don't ever feel alone, and have no plans to do anything at the weekends because they're off doing stuff with their partners. However, especially now we're in the winter and we're coming up to Christmas, it's that time of year where couples seem to show off a bit, maybe. Not show off, but they seem to be more apparent and more people getting into relationships than you noticed before. And that's what they call it, the cuffing season, I suppose. But just wanted to share my thoughts that I always try and keep myself busy over the weekends. I try and make plans, see my friends, see my family. I'm more open to the prospect of meeting someone now, whereas before I was like very shut off from the idea. And I think maybe it's like some subconscious way of being shut off, then you don't get hurt and you don't get rejected, so you reject them first sort of situation. So maybe it's that. But I just wanted to share this, and for anyone that's feeling the same, know that you're not alone, and we can stick together.
Unpopular dating advice. Accept that you may be single for the rest of your life. Here's how making peace with that possibility has set me free. A lot of humans suffer because we're drawn away from the present moment. We feel lack, like something could always be better, like the grass is always greener on the other side. And when it comes to relationships and being single, it's that mental overwhelm and pressure of trying to find the perfect partner. Where are you? Is he out there? And if he isn't, how can I meet him? What dating apps can I use? What premium services of those apps can I subscribe to so I have a better chance of meeting him? Where can I hang out to meet the hottest people? How can I present myself in the right way to attract the right guys? And while there's absolutely nothing wrong with dating and wanting to be in a relationship, investing too much time in this mindset of lack, I don't have a boyfriend, I don't have a husband, so therefore I must invest all my energy in trying to find one. That's the shit that truly sucks the joy out of life. All the hours wasted just swiping. All the moments overlooked because you were too busy romanticizing a chance encounter with a perfect dude at the mall, or bumping into a hottie while you're out doing groceries or running errands with your kids. The more your mind is elsewhere, romanticizing and wanting and craving something that doesn't exist, the more your present moment, your actual reality, is neglected. And when you neglect your own life, you fail to make progress. You fail to develop as a human. My mental health and ability to enjoy life skyrockets the more I am able to be at peace with the possibility of being single for the rest of my life. And yes, I take it to the extreme. Like literally growing old to 80, 90 years old without ever being in a romantic relationship or getting married. And the more I force myself to be at peace with that concept, the world won't stop turning and my life won't end should that happen, the more free I become, the more happy I am, the less I stress about shit I can't control, like when I'll meet my perfect dude. Because I already know I'll be okay regardless. I know that I can live the remainder of my life all the way till my deathbed, completely completely and utterly single and still have found ways to make my life meaningful, joyful, and full. Coming to peace with that outcome means that I currently have zero expectations for my love life. And when you don't have any expectations, you can't get disappointed. And now that I've freed up my mental energy and released all the what ifs and when will I meet him, I have a lot more fun now envisioning my life as a single person and romanticizing the hell out of that. Thinking of all the time that I'll have to focus on the business that I want to start, because just having me and my daughter to invest my time in means one less distraction. Thinking of all the traveling I'll do and the places I'll go and the experiences I'll make with my daughter when she's older. How not being in a relationship frees us up to do and go whenever and wherever we want. Thinking of having a home completely to myself and to my daughter. Being able to keep it clean and cozy and aesthetic, and a girls only space because I'm not having to clean up after some dude who can't be bothered to put his clothes in the hamper or wipe out the sink after he's done shaving. Thinking of all the nights I'll sleep in complete and utter peace, knowing some guy isn't out there cheating on me. Like when you're able to reframe singlehood and romanticize the hell out of it to the point that you are comfortable with the possibility of living the rest of your life without a relationship, like, wow. And then, if and when the universe does decide you are ready for a relationship, you'll know that it's actually the real deal. And you'll know that you truly are ready for it because it came to you while you were living your fullest, unbothered life. You didn't chase it from a place of lack. It just came to you. So in my humble opinion, that is a much better approach and mindset to dating. I'm not saying stop dating, go for it, swipe all you want. But when you have your conversations with your matches, just fuck all the expectations. Just keep it casual, keep living your life. And if you make good friends along the way, great. But don't hold your breath for a life partner. In fact, just get comfy with the idea that you may never meet one at all. And the moment you can truly come to terms with that and make a decision to keep living your fullest life regardless is the moment you become free.